Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks.
Today's episode takes us very near a major city in Alaska. On the northern side of Anchorage is the Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson, which sprawls 64,000 acres in size and has 150 miles of roads crisscrossing some very unpopulated terrain, unpopulated by humans, that is. This area is mostly muskeg and boreal forest, with stands of fir, spruce, and birch trees reaching skyward. In late spring, you can practically watch the bushes and plants grow right in front of your eyes as they take advantage of nearly 24 hours of sunlight. As soon as the snow melts, everything turns thick, green, and beautiful. The common animals in the area include moose, mountain goats, Dahl's sheep, and beavers drifting along in the creeks. The dominant predators in the area include wolves, black bears, and enormous brown bears. It is in this majestic setting that our episode takes place today. On May 10, 2022, 30-year-old Staff Sergeant Seth Michael Plant was out with a few of his fellow soldiers in an isolated stretch north of the main part of the base when a tragedy occurred. The month of May is a dangerous time for brown bear sows and cubs. They are just emerging from winter hibernation and very hungry. The sows are very protective of their little cubs because boars will frequently kill them to make the sow come back into heat for breeding. Mama bears don't have much of a fuse when it comes to their cubs and any threats that might appear. Plant was raised in St. Augustine, Florida, and was the youngest of 3 kids his parents had and their only boy. He had decided he wanted to follow in his uncle's footsteps and serve his country by joining the Army, so he enlisted right out of high school in 2015. His uncle served in Afghanistan, and 10 years later Plant served there as well. He was an Army paratrooper, and for his service he was awarded the Army Commendation Medal, the Army Achievement Medal, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, and the Afghan Campaign Medal. He was described by his fellow soldiers as always having a smile on his face and bringing energy to everything he was involved in, and today he was doing a training operation with his cohort in a remote stretch in the northern part of the base. As the soldiers were scouting the area for a wilderness training site, Plant and another soldier were standing near each other when an enormous brown blur appeared out of the thick brush. Plant's partner watched as the bear took him down rapidly, clawing and biting him severely. When Plant's partner tried to intervene, the bear slapped him around and clawed him up as well. Then, as fast as she appeared, she disappeared. Plant's crumpled body lay on the ground, bloodied from head to toe in a rapacious attack that lasted only several seconds. His partner helped get Plant back to the Joint Base emergency room. They worked hard to save his life, but Plant succumbed to his wounds shortly after arriving. His partner received treatment for the minor wounds he had and was released. Due to the fact that it happened so fast, Plant's partner couldn't really say what kind of bear it was. The investigative team found brown bear hairs and located a bear den with 2 cubs in it still. They placed game cameras up and recorded the sow returning that night to the den to retrieve her little cubs and leaving the area. The Alaska Fish and Game investigators gathered every bit of information they could find to try to learn as much as possible to increase public safety, but have not located the bear nor its cubs. It is clearly a case of humans walking right into a bear den and had a tragic outcome for the men and possibly the bear too. The U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division investigated this attack as well, as they are required to do whenever a soldier dies on base. Both base officials and the fish and game investigators came to the conclusion that this was an incident of a protective sow attacking to defend her cubs, but have also indicated that because she was involved in the death of a human, she may be killed upon sight. The military representatives declined to describe the protective equipment the soldiers may or may not have been carrying, which leads me to believe they were not carrying any. This attack happened just 2 miles from the Eagle River city boundaries and a little over 5 miles from Anchorage city boundaries. With brown bears living this close to humans, an incident like this happening again is absolute and only a matter of time. Plant left some very big shoes to fill at the base and with his family. His fellow soldiers stated that his loss would be felt deeply, and his mother, Joy Plant, fought back tears as she said, "He was the life of the party. He's loved by everybody in the community, in his family, in the military." The state of Alaska accounts for only 29% of all fatal bear attacks in the United States, which is surprisingly low given the number of bears there. Statistics say that there is only one fatal bear attack in all of Alaska every 3 to 4 years. Compare that to 11 fatal bear attacks over the 50-year history of Glacier National Park. That averages to nearly the same frequency as fatal bear attacks in Alaska, and that is in just one park in Montana. These numbers show that people in Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming are much more likely to experience fatal bear attacks than people in Alaska. After reviewing the facts of this episode, I am left with a few questions for you. Do you think the soldiers were carrying bear spray, but the attack happened so quickly that they couldn't deploy it? Why weren't they carrying rifles with them? Do you think the military properly trained their soldiers on the risks of confronting a bear while in Alaska? Do you think the sow should be killed after killing a human? I will enjoy reading your comments, so please post them in the comments section below and let's talk about it.